Hi, this is Sarah with Sarah Bear Tarot, bringing Cancer your 2024 first quarter reading. And I'm going to apologize right now for sounds in the background. My husband's playing with the puppy. So, we do have 3 piles here. That is because I'm breaking the reading down into 3 parts, 1 reading for each decan. If you aren't sure which decan you're born in, that's perfectly all right, because I will comment before each pile and you can find it in the timestamps and you can jump ahead if you like. And let's go. This pile is for first DECAN Cancer. That is for those of you born June 22nd through July 1st. Looks like we're starting the year off with a celebration and moving forward to some harmony. Perhaps some of you were married in the final month of the year, or at the end of last year or the beginning of this year, or maybe you have plans to be getting married. Some of you may have been proposed to. Whatever the case, it looks like we have some opening of the heart and an overflowing of peace and joy coming in for you in the first quarter. There's a feeling of home, of family, of soul alignment to begin the year. And it seems like you're moving forward to strategizing about your future. You know there's more out there in the world for you, and you are only just beginning. This is the time to plan. Here we have boundaries. So, the first part of the year is more about planning and building and deciding how far you want to go. It's not so much about taking the steps and moving forward, but deciding what your limits are and how far you want to expand to begin with. I'm not entirely sure how that card ended up in my Moonology deck, but it did, so there it is. And now I'll pull a card from the manifestation deck for you here. Attuned to the divine. This feels like it connects very well with the Ace of Cups, because there is this element of spirituality and an opening of your heart and soul to the divine. Meditation will definitely benefit you in your strategizing. And we also have see the bigger picture. This is like the 2 of Wands, the looking out at the world and planning, taking everything in, not just thinking about today, not just thinking about tomorrow, but let's think about the next 10 years and where do we see ourselves going. It's taking a long-term view, and that may go a little bit against your nature. You are a watery nature. You tend to go with your hunches and connect with your emotions more than planning. Now you'll do well to connect with your intuition as well as your wisdom. And we have friendship here as well. This is reminding me of your Minor Arcana card, which is the 2 of Cups. We don't have that card here. We have the 2 of Wands instead. But there is an element of a partnership and unity. And that's something very important for you. You aren't interested in just going forward on your own. You want to bring your special people with you. I feel the theme of the first part of the year up to April is about figuring out how to move forward with what's best for you, with what you want, with your desires, but also how can you fit everyone into that as well, what's best for everybody. Overall, I think you'll be feeling very much in alignment with your soul. This pile is for second DECAN Cancer, those of you born July 2nd through July 12th. And we start off the beginning of the year with the 4 of Cups energy, which I find interesting because the 4 of Cups is the Minor Arcana card of the 3rd DECAN Cancer. So 3rd DECAN Cancer, this pile may also apply to you, and likewise, you may also want to watch third decan Cancer, second decan Cancer. Forgive me for all that. The cards, let's get to the cards now. Four of Cups speaks of a time where you may be feeling a bit bored or rethinking your plans from the past. Maybe you're finding yourself in a comfortable position and now you want more. Now with the moon, it's likely that this is overthinking. You might be getting caught up in subconscious societal expectations. There's something in your subconscious or your ego that may need to be addressed, and it may have something to do with releasing expectations of outcomes, releasing impatience. So I feel like the first part of the year is about addressing those things within you that are keeping you from dedicating yourself to the path you are on. Why do you feel like you need to do more? Why do you feel you need to have more? Why can't you just be present? Be happy with what you've accomplished and continue building for your future. You don't have to change course. So the meditation card wants you to practice mindfulness and definitely meditate. Don't get caught up in remorse. Don't get caught up in rethinking the past. If your mind's in the past, you're missing opportunities. And we have assessed the situation. So step out of negative reflection, quiet your mind, let your fears dissolve. Notice this card is your card, full moon in Cancer. And I think there isn't a full moon in Cancer next year, or rather this year, 2024. But we did just recently have that. So maybe these fears have come up in the end of December. Now, in light of this first part of the year, find out how much of your feeling that something something is better somewhere else, how much of that is based in what other people see of you, what other people think of you. How many of your fears and expectations about yourself are based in the judgment of others, the ideals of others. So the first part of the year may be time spent in connecting more deeply with your expectations and releasing what doesn't belong to you. But the Seven of Pentacles shows you continuing to put in the work and to save and to build for your future. So you won't be lost in thought for long, and you'll learn that the grass is greener where you water it. Okay, moving on to the final pile, third decan Cancer. Yikes, the devil. We don't like the devil, but I went ahead and pulled an extra card to clarify. Third decan Cancer, you were born July 13th through July 22nd. You may want to watch the second pile as well, because I got your Minor Arcana card, the Four of Cups, in that pile. So I think both piles may be significant to you. I wanted to clarify the devil, so I pulled another card and I got the Hermit. And that kind of explains to me where we are with the Lover's card. The devil can be fear and anxiety and worry. The Nine of Swords is totally what that's about. It's about getting caught up in your head with fear phantoms and catastrophizing or distorted thinking. I wonder if in the beginning of the year you're caught up in thinking that maybe there is no one out there. Maybe you don't have a soulmate. Maybe you're not going to meet them. You may have recently been in a karmic relationship and now you're afraid you're going to be alone forever. So for more clarity, of course, I have an oracle card. I'm shuffling the decks. Honor your feelings. It's okay to have these fears. It's okay to have doubts about yourself, to have doubts about life. It happens. It's okay to have been in a previous relationship maybe that was traumatic. If you weren't treated well, it's not a reflection of who you are. It is not necessarily your fault. It's not necessarily a pattern that's going to be repeated. You aren't too much. You are just right for the right person. So, release your blocks. That is what the first part of the year may be about learning to be okay with maybe being on your own. In fact, that is where you learn the most about yourself, and that is when you heal, when you're not focused on others. It's when you can come into unity with yourself. With the devil, there is a danger, and also with anxiety and any sort of mood disorder, there is a danger of addictions, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But it needs to be addressed. There is some major soul searching to do, and we have soulmate here. You do have a soulmate. You have a soul family, and the sooner you can come into union and harmony with who you are, with your flaws, with your imperfections, with all of that, that is when your soulmate can come in. But you'll have to work through the blocks to get to the best version of yourself, so you can bring in a lover who is on the same level as you. And here we have time. And the Hermit card initially was the time card, and an old man held an hourglass. This is a reminder that we don't have endless time. Now is the time to make the most of yourself, to let go of your doubts, to let go of your fears, to love yourself, and trust in divine timing. Trust that now is the time that the universe is calling you to be your higher self. And when you are your higher self, trust the universe. Okay, trust that the universe is calling you to your highest version, and they're calling in love for you. But you have to show up. You have to play the part. And I think that is what the first few months of the year are about. And I think you're going to find at the end what you want. Ultimately, yourself. You are the love of your life. And when you find that, when you find yourself, then you find happiness, because you create happiness. And when you are happy, you attract positivity.